If pleasure isn't the answer, what does decades of scientific research actually tell us about lasting happiness? Harvard's 85-year study reveals the happiness secret. The Harvard Study of Adult Development provides the definitive answer. This research has been tracking the same group of people for over 85 years now, making it the gold standard for understanding what creates lasting happiness. What makes this study extraordinary is that researchers have literally followed these participants from teenagers all the way to their 80s and 90s, measuring everything you can imagine about their lives. They started with 724 participants in 1938. Some were Harvard undergraduates, others were working-class boys from Boston neighborhoods. The researchers tracked their careers, relationships, health, finances, family lives, hobbies, everything. They conducted interviews every 2 years, collected medical records, took blood samples, did brain scans, and even interviewed their spouses and children. This level of detail over such a long period is unprecedented in psychological research. The current director, Robert Waldinger, has released findings that contain shocking revelations challenging everything our culture teaches about success and happiness. When researchers analyzed all the data to see what predicted life satisfaction at age 80, the results were stunning. Wealth had almost no correlation with happiness. Fame and professional achievements showed minimal impact on life satisfaction. Even physical health, while important, wasn't the strongest predictor. The Harvard findings show clear patterns when comparing participants who achieved conventional success versus those who lived modest lives, but scored highest on happiness metrics. Participants who accumulated significant wealth, achieved professional recognition, or gained public prominence often struggled with mental health issues, relationship problems, and a persistent sense that something was missing from their lives. The study documented that external achievements provided temporary satisfaction, but failed to create lasting happiness. In contrast, participants who maintained strong relationships throughout their lives consistently reported higher happiness levels. One participant worked as a public school teacher his entire career, never earned more than a middle-class income, and lived modestly. But he maintained close friendships from childhood, had a stable marriage volunteered in his community, and spent time with his grandchildren every week. His happiness scores were consistently among the highest in the entire study. This led researchers to identify what they call social fitness. Just like physical fitness requires regular exercise and attention, social fitness requires consistent investment in relationships. The study shows that social fitness is more important than physical fitness or financial fitness for predicting happiness and longevity. The neurological findings are particularly fascinating. When researchers used brain imaging technology to scan participants who had strong social connections versus those who were isolated, they found completely different activation patterns. People with quality relationships showed increased activity in areas associated with reward processing, emotional regulation, and stress recovery. Their brains literally looked different. The connected participants had higher levels of oxytocin and vasopressin, hormones that promote bonding and trust. They also showed lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that damages the immune system when chronically elevated. Most remarkably, their brains showed signs of neuroplasticity well into old age, meaning they continued growing new neural connections longer than isolated